All right, welcome back to the hardest step. If you don't know, what I do is take the hardest step, the first step people say is the hardest step, and I show you that it can be done in an hour or less. The hardest step is actually the easiest step. It's just the scariest step most of the time. But for people that have been thinking about starting a website, starting a blog, starting a YouTube channel, starting whatever it is, and you've been thinking about it for weeks, months, years, decades in some case, I'm here to show you that you just need to get started, and getting started is so incredibly easy. So just do it. Just get started. So I'm here to inspire people to take that hardest step to get going. And today we are going to be looking at starting a blog post. So if anybody's, or a blog, I guess, if anyone's been looking to start a blog, I'm going to do it in 1 hour less. Again, you maybe have been thinking about doing this for months or even years, and I'm going to show you, look, just get started. It will be terrible at first, and it'll get better and better along the way. So this is only my second video. Already found something, that I need to fix. So I'm also going to be recording my screen here, and in my first video, when I made the screen big, it was actually lower quality. So I'm going to swap that. Actually, the picture-in-picture is going to be, the screen's going to be small and me is going to be big. Just a little thing, but that's just one thing I'm going to do between this video and the last video to get better. And that's the whole idea, is you need to get started right now. Stop strategizing, stop planning, just get started, because you will make it better as it goes. It's going to be trash at first. It's going to be garbage, but you'll make it better as it goes. But you won't unless you get started. So get started. Okay. I actually asked ChatGPT for ideas of what new things I could do. Top of that list was blog. So that's what we're going to do right now, is start a blog in 1 hour or less. And this is if you know absolutely nothing about starting a blog. We're going to do it going from zero, going from no knowledge to having a live blog in 1 hour is the goal. 1 hour or less. So we're going to be using ChatGPT for this. This is a free tool. I'm going to be using the free version of ChatGPT to walk us through going from no knowledge to having a live blog in 1 hour. And let's get it started. So I'm going to start in a new chat here, and we're going to be using ChatGPT 3.5, which is the free version. And before that, let me just go ahead and get my screen recording going. Okay, so we're now recording our screen, and we are again going from zero knowledge to how to start a blog. Been thinking about it for years, and now we're going to do it in 1 hour or less. Okay, so we're going to use ChatGPT, and what you need to know about ChatGPT is to just talk to it like you would a human. Okay, imagine it's just an assistant, a human counterpart, a human assistant for you, and you can talk to it just like you would a human. It'll understand, and it'll be able to give you direction and instruction exactly like you need it. So I'm actually going to literally talk to it. I'm going to do the dictate button here because I don't like typing, it takes too much time, and I'm going to tell it what I want. Hey there, I want to start a blog, and my goal is to start it in 1 hour, but I have no idea how to start a blog. I want you to give me step-by-step instructions to get my blog live. So I want to write my first blog post and have it live out there on the internet. And ideally I want everything to be free. So give me, tools and resources for free things. And anyways, I want you to just take me step by step. Only give me one step at a time, because I get overwhelmed if you give me a huge list of things to do. So just give me one step at a time, how to start a blog, again, assuming that I know absolutely nothing about how to do that. So let's proceed with the first step. What is the first step to starting my blog? So super simple. You just talk to it like you would a human. It's going to understand. Even when I use the dictate tool, it doesn't get every word perfectly, but that doesn't matter with ChatGPT. It's smart enough. It just knows, and it's going to give you good instruction. Now, of course, ChatGPT is not perfect, and it's getting smarter, and the free version is the dumbest version of it, right? There's a paid version that I have as well. It's only $20 a month, and you can get a much smarter version. ChatGPT 5's coming out at some point. So anyways, let's see what we got. The free version is good enough, usually in most cases. All right, here's your first step. Choose a blogging platform. There are several free platforms you can use to start your blog. One of the most popular and user-friendly options is WordPress.com. It offers a simple setup process and a variety of customizable themes. Action: go to WordPress.com and sign up for a free account. Once you've completed this list, let me know so we can proceed to the next one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste that in, WordPress.com. I have actually done a lot of website work, and I don't like WordPress at all, but I do have an account already, but I want to do this as if I did not have an account. So it actually just logged me right in, and I'm gonna go out of here. Let's see, how do we log out? In all sites. Well, I guess we don't. Setting up an account is pretty simple. So I don't really need to walk through that whole process. All right, we're gonna do incognito, WordPress.com, get started, continue with Google. You would just create your account. So I'm not gonna walk through that because I don't want to make a whole new thing. But that'd be very, very simple to do. All you're doing is just creating an account, right? Enter your email, password, or just continue with, Google or whatever. So I'm going to skip over that step, and I'm just going to go into my WordPress account, which I already have, and add a new site here. I haven't even done anything with the other site. I just don't like WordPress. Okay, so choose your domains. I don't want to really, I just want to look at blog. Well, actually, let's see what ChatGPT says next. Once you can let me know. All right, done. So I'm just telling ChatGPT, okay, I made my WordPress account. And so now it's telling me, okay, you got to choose a domain name. Your domain name is the web address where people will find your blog. Try to choose a domain name that reflects the topic or niche of your blog and is easy to remember. Go to your WordPress.com dashboard, navigate in the domain section, search for available domain names related to your blog's topic once you've chosen your domain name. Okay, so let's go on to that. Now, I need a name for the blog. So this is going to be, I'm not actually starting a blog here, but let's make it real. Let's make it as if we're really trying to do one. So, just thinking of my things that I like to do. Business, finance, entrepreneurship, video games, parenting. I don't know which I should start. So let's ask ChatGPT. Help me choose a topic for my blog. What do you think is the best opportunity? I'll give you some of my interests, passions, and hobbies, and you tell me what you think the best opportunity is, just, based on your data, maybe what is the least saturated market, and where I can make the most impact. So my hobbies and passions are entrepreneurship, family. I'm a husband and father to 3 boys. I like to play video games, Call of Duty and Gran Turismo, pretty much all I play. I'm into finance. I keep up with like Bitcoin, and I'm just starting to get into investing in stocks and let's see, what else? Oh, I'm very passionate about personal development. I read a lot of self-help books, and it times out every now and then. And use a lot of, self-help tools and resources. As I'm saying this out loud, I'm kind of thinking self-help might be where to go with this. Again, I'm not even really going to write a blog here, but let's do maybe self-help. What do you think? What do you think the best tool is? So as I'm like saying this out loud, I'm kind of landing on self-help. I think if I were to really start a blog, maybe it would be in that realm. Just talking out loud can really help. So anyways, based on your interests, passions, potential market opportunities, a blog focused on personal development and self-help could be indeed a great choice, because I pretty much led it to say that, right? The niche is evergreen and appeals to a wide audience. Okay, I actually do have some ideas along that niche. So, again, even though I'm not really starting a blog here, maybe I'll do that just to, because if I were to, it'd probably be in that. So I could build an audience there. So when I do build this product, I'll be able to sell it. Okay, here's why it might be a good fit. Passion and knowledge, growing market, diverse content opportunities, monetization potential. Given your background in finance, you could also incorporate financial wellness. Okay, so now that you've chosen your blog topic, let's proceed with the next step. Choose a name for your blog. Think of a name that reflects the theme of personal development and self-help while also being memorable and unique. Brainstorm a few options and then check their availability as domain names on WordPress.com. Once you've settled on a blog name, go to your WordPress dashboard and navigate to the domains and search for it. Okay, so that's where it's going to have us do that here once we think of a blog name. So I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me think of a blog name. Okay, help me think of a name for this blog that is dedicated to personal development and self-help. I want it to be unique to me. So some things that are unique about me is, again, I'm a father of 3 boys. I'm a husband. I'm really short. That's something that's very unique to me. I'm only 5'2", and that's considered very short for a male in the United States. Honestly, it's considered short for a male anywhere in the world. But that could be something that we play with. Other things that are unique to me is I like action sports, so snowboarding, mountain biking. Yeah, use your knowledge of me. Ask me any questions if you need help. And let's brainstorm together and come up with a good name. So I'm using ChatGPT to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. I probably do this too much in my own personal and work life now, but it can come up with so much good stuff, and it can really do the heavy lifting on the thinking side of things. I get worried that I just stop thinking altogether, but all right, elevate short dad. That's terrible. Peak potential papa. I like that. I like that a lot. Peak potential papa. My gosh, that's so good. Action dad rising, vertical virtues, mighty man blueprint, stature, success stories, peak performance papa, peak potential papa, peak performance papa. I think peak potential papa maybe best. Short stack success. Sheesh. Dad dynamism, action packed papa. Okay. So I'm gonna tell it. I really love peak potential papa and peak performance papa. Think of 10 more names along these lines. I could use either one of those, but I think both of those are really good. Pinnacle Papa, Summit Sage Dad, Zenith Zest Papa, Apex Achiever Dad, Crested Champion, Zenith Zest Dad, Top Tier Papa, Altitude Ambition, Elevated Excellence, Acme, Dad, I can't even pronounce that word. Okay, I'm gonna go with Peak Potential Papa. That's an awesome one. I love it. Peak Potential Papa or Peak Performance? I like potential. I like potential. So let's see if that is, again, you can always change this later. Maybe you haven't started your blog or your company or whatever because you're still busy searching for the perfect name. Dude, stop that. Like, just pick a name. You can always change it later. You can always change it later, right? That's not a problem. Look at this. Peak Potential Papa blog is available. So cool. We will go with that. Or peakpotentialpapa.com is also available. I think .com is better, isn't it? So let's. Oh, but you know what? So this is free for the first year with annual paid plans. I don't want. So if you're gonna, pay for a plan, whatever. I don't want to pay for a plan. So I'm actually just gonna go with peakpotentialpapa.wordpress.com, and well, it added both. So let's just continue. Choose your flavor. We're gonna start with free. Continue with free plan. Okay, it's turning on the lights. Okay, so this is step 3, which we just did. Once you set all the name, navigate. Okay, so we just did that. All right, we're going to go with Peak Potential Papa. Let's move on to the next step. I really like doing this just one step at a time. If you tell, ChatGPT, if you don't specifically say do one step at a time, it'll usually give you a big list. I hate that. I just get overwhelmed. I start looking through. I start overthinking, which is what this channel is about stopping. You need to stop overthinking. Take it one step at a time. Can you do this step right now? Awesome. Don't worry about the next 100 steps that are along the path. That you thinking about those next steps is what's stopping you from doing the next step. So just one step at a time, okay? Register your domain name, okay? I'm pretty sure I've already done that. Since you've chosen this as you'll register it, yeah. Action, go to domains, if available once you've registered. All right, pretty sure that's what we just did. I'm just gonna keep going on WordPress here. We want to write and publish and get a website built quickly. Interesting. Import my existing website. All right, we just want to write and publish. So blog name, didn't we just say that? Peak potential pop-up. Oh, and it even had a tagline, which was thrive in life regardless of size. I love that. Continue. All right, here we go. Draft your first post, watch blogging videos, choose a design. Well, let's start writing. I like WordPress. It's kind of giving, you know, boom, like let's get started. Let's do it. Don't wait. Let's just go. Let's tell ChatGPT that we finished. All right, next step. Set up your blog's design and layout. All right, so it's kind of going along just with WordPress here. Navigate themes, cool. All right, so, but this one's actually saying, what's something most people don't understand? When you were 5, what did you want to be when you grew up? What makes you laugh? If you get up, what would it be? What aspects make me? What are your morning rituals? What does the first day look like? Have you adapted to the changes? How would you improve? What Olympic sports? What job would you improve? Okay, this is just ideas for writing topics. Okay, so WordPress threw us right into writing our first blog post, which I love. That's awesome. We're getting started. You know, let's do this. So we need a title, and we need to let's do it. Let's do it right now. Now, ChatGPT is a freaking beast at doing this. I don't think it's a good idea to start a blog right now because, well, it's just, you know, you can do that like ChatGPT. Well, maybe it is because you can, you know, I just think there's so much content being flooded out there now because of ChatGPT. But, you know, if you're unique enough, whatever, you can still make it happen. But all right, so let's go here. I'm gonna actually kind of hijack ChatGPT stuff here, and I'm gonna say, all right, let's write our first blog post. Period. Based off of our topic. Give me 10 ideas for our first post. Again, I've probably utilized ChatGPT too much. I'm just like, anytime I start thinking, I just go, let me just ask ChatGPT. Okay, introduction, my journey to personal growth as a father, 5 mindset shifts every short-statured dad needs for success, the power of setting goals, a guide for dads balancing family and self-improvement, navigating parenthood, tips for short dads to embrace confidence and leadership, building resilience, how to overcome challenges and thrive as a father. So the cool thing about ChatGPT as well is that you, if it's not giving you the results you want, just tell it that it, again, talk to it like a human, tell it that it's not getting the results that you want. So it's kind of focusing on short, like, Dad, I just wanted that for the name, not for my blog post ideas, right? That's kind of weird. So I'm going to say, we're not going to focus on my short stature in the content. That was just for the name of the business, period. So give me 10 more ideas, and don't mention, you know, that I'm short in these ideas. Just ideas for personal development, personal growth. Okay, so it's not doing it right. Just tell it, adjust it, boom. Now we have the power of positive thinking, how optimism can transform your life, overcoming procrastination, strategies to boost productivity and get things done, embracing change, navigating life transitions with resilience and adaptability, the art of effective communication, building stronger relationships through active listening, cultivating gratitude, practicing thankfulness for greater happiness and fulfillment. Okay, bunch of ideas here. Cool. How are we doing on time? We are halfway through, so we need to make sure we keep moving here. Your first post should not be perfection, right? It should just be something good. So let's pick something here. I kind of want something a little more unique to me, though, and my personal journey. let me give you a little bit more background on my personal journey so we can do something really unique to me. So my personal development journey really started with Audible. I have a really good friend that shared his Audible account with me, and he literally has hundreds of books in his account, and I started listening to them. Prior to this, I really did not read books. I do not enjoy reading books. I get really distracted. I can't find the time for it. Sitting down and taking the time to read a book is just not in my nature. So I really didn't for the first, 20 something years of my life. But once I found Audible and started listening to books, it completely changed my life. I've listened to now, I don't know how many self-help books. My top favorites are Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon. Timed out again. Babylon. And anyways, that's where my self-help and personal development journey started. So let's do our first blog post around something like this, getting, starting to absorb self-help content. For me, it was Audible. For others, it can be physical books, it can be podcasts, it can be videos, but you need to discover a love for learning and I think everybody loves learning, but you probably just think you hate it because you don't like school, and learning in school sucks. It's super boring. But I think step one is discovering your medium, discovering your platform, discovering what content resonates with you, whether that's books, audiobooks, podcasts, etc. So let's do a blog post centered around everything I just said, based on all that information. Come up with a blog title for me. All right. So as I start talking, my brain starts turning and I get more and more ideas, whereas I went from like not knowing, having any idea. But again, it's just action produces, real progress. All right, title, From Audible to Enlightenment, How I Transform My Life Through Self-Help Audiobooks. That's awesome, man. That is so great. Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to put that as our post title. Okay, now I am going to give you a little bit of a hack here, a little kind of cheat. Again, I do write blogs consistently for business. I'm in marketing, and so I've kind of figured out how to get ChatGPT to write good blogs. And so it's going to be a little bit of a cheat, going into this, in the sense that in the first hour, of starting a blog, normally you wouldn't know all this stuff already. But since I've been doing it in the past, I do know. But the only reason I know it is because I started. Okay, I started and then I got better at it, right? Anyways. So let's write the blog post now. Okay, let's go ahead and write the blog post now. But first, I want you to start with just an outline. It's crucial. Based off of everything I said before, lay out a good outline for this blog post. Got to start with an outline. If you tell it to just write the blog post, it'll just be not very good. Okay, it'll not be a good. But if you start with an outline, perfect. And you can make adjustments as we go. We're really not looking for perfection here, so I'm just going to go through it briefly. Introduction, the discovery, finding my medium, the transformation, lessons learned and books listened to, overcoming obstacles, addressing common misconceptions, embracing growth, conclusion. Okay, this is great. I don't want to bore you with the whole process of writing this blog post, but I do want to get this blog post written and published within the hour. So we're going to go through this super fast. If you were actually writing a blog post, you'd take your time, you'd customize it, you'd make changes as you go, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to have to write the blog post right now. That is perfect. Let's start with the first section, the introduction. I want you to write one section at a time. Go ahead and start with the introduction. Okay, so the key to writing good blog posts with ChatGPT is first come up with the outline and then just write it section by section. Don't have it write the whole thing at once, otherwise it's going to suck. Okay, so It already got the intro there. We're just going to copy and paste that in. Again, if you were really doing this, you'd take your time. Excellent. Proceed to the next section. But we're not going to take the time right now. We're just going to write a blog post. But, I mean, go in and read this blog post. Like, it's probably going to be pretty decent. It's not going to be... I think you'll be surprised at how not bad it is. All right. I'm just going to keep telling it. Next section, next section. Again, just do it section by section. If you try to have it do the whole thing at once, it's not going to be good. Just going to keep telling it here. Copy and paste. And this is kind of why I was saying maybe a blog is not the best thing to start right now, because people can just crank out content at speeds hitherto unprecedented. All right. Next section. I think that's a Doctor Strange quote. And then Tony Stark says, "Did you seriously just say hitherto unprecedented?" And then Doctor Strange says, "Are you seriously leaning on the cauldron of something?" I'm a big nerd, but not that big of a nerd. Proceed. The cauldron of colostrum. I don't remember what the cauldron was. Okay, we got the whole thing. We're on to the conclusion now. Boom. Okay, just wrote out our first blog post. All right, let's just read the intro and see. In the realm of personal development, the journey towards self-improvement often begins with a single revelation, a moment of clarity that sets us on a path of growth and enlightenment. For me, that moment came when I discovered Audible, an online platform offering a vast library of audiobooks and topics ranging from business and finance to psychology and spirituality. Little did I know, this simple discovery would revolutionize my approach to learning and unlock a world of possibilities for personal growth. I mean, that's spot on. Like, it went a long way with the little bit of information that I gave it. Pretty incredible. Again, you'd probably take more time to go through this, but for now, we're just going to get this thing published. We're just going to make sure it's good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and publish this. Yeah, ready to publish. Again, your first blog should probably be trash, right? Like, this video is garbage, if you're being honest, right? It's only my second video. But a year from now, I think these videos are going to look real nice. All right, first post is published. Okay. It was telling me to change the theme in mine, so we could do that, if we wanted to look at our theme here. Okay, so this is cool. You can kind of just discover your own theme here, which is really nice. Ooh, I like this. This is just super clean. Oh, you need to upgrade for these ones. So let's look for free ones. I'm sure they have free. All right, so here's all the free ones. Oh, look at this little video game one. I kind of like that. That's pretty dope, actually. This one's like artistic, super clean. I like that. Oh, here's another. I like just black, like very, very nice. That one's pretty dope, honestly. Target for some reason there. Okay, we're not gonna take too much time here. Again, you can always change that. Look at this, dude. Look at this one, real minimalist. Oh, I like that, dude. Let's preview that demo site. Look at it, mate. I love it. I love it. All right, that one's awesome, dude. Let's do this one. Activate. Boom. Okay, here we go. Oh, it populates some like demo blogs for you. So that's what these three are. But here's my first blog, From Audible to Enlightenment, How I Transformed My Life Through Self-Help, right? I could add a image to that and everything like that. But boom. That's it. I mean, this thing's live. So technically, we are done. Let's go incognito here. Nope, it's not live. Okay, let's figure out what else we got to do to make this live. Coming soon. All right. So, next steps. That's what we're looking for. Oh, here we go. How about launch site? Almost ready to launch. Set up. All we have to do is click launch your site. And there we go. We're launching our blog. Congrats. It's now live. Now we can view the site. And boom. Okay. So it's the free plan. So you're going to have this banner here. But other than that, like we can, let's throw this into an incognito just to make sure. There it is, right? So it's got this banner, but you know, whatever. There's my blog. There's my first posts. Ready to go right out of the box. Peak potential papa, thrive in life regardless of size. I love it, dude. Love it. Okay, that's it. I mean, we're done. We're 42 minutes in and our blog is live. Okay, so I just want you to think about that. Think about how long have you been thinking about starting your blog or your YouTube channel or your podcast or whatever it is. And I just got this done in 42 minutes. Okay, there's a really cool analogy that I love. I actually heard it first in Preach My Gospel, which I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they have this really cool story in there about productivity. And the story is about a dude that goes fishing, and he's fishing and for 5 hours, right? And when he starts, he's opening up his tackle box and he's putting bait on the hook and he's, you know, getting his food ready and he's laying out his chair and he's on, you know, making sure the ground's stable because he's going to be sitting there for a long time and this and that and that and that and that and that and that. And he's doing so much and so much. And, you know, at hour like 3, he finally casts into the water and now he's got his line in the water. And the whole story is about it doesn't matter how long you're fishing. Like you can go fishing all day and not catch anything if you're bogged down by all these other activities. Fishing, like the only thing that matters is how long your line is in the water. That's the only thing that matters. Like you're not going to catch fish unless your line is in the water. And so if your line is in the water for 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, the only thing that's actually ever going to catch fish is that your line is in the water. And yes, of course, you learn new techniques, you learn new strategies. You do things outside of your line being in the water that are going to help improve for when your line is in the water. But that doesn't change the fact that the only way you're ever going to catch fish is with your line in the water. And so much when we're trying to start something new, we are doing activities that is not having our line in the water. And that's where we really learn. That's where we progress. That's where we grow. That's where things get better, is when our line is in the water. And so that's what I'm trying to, you know, state here is get your line in the water. Start whatever it is. It's gonna be trash. Who cares? Guess what? No one's gonna see it. Nobody's gonna see this video. I know that. Because it's garbage, because it's my second video. I don't care. But you know what's happening? I'm actually getting better. I'm actually already 100% more comfortable in front of this camera, believe it or not, than I was yesterday with my first video. And that's wild, right? And if I just sit here thinking about starting my YouTube channel, this growth, this progress never happens. The first 100 videos are probably going to be total trash. Your first 100 blog posts are going to be garbage and nobody's going to read them. Okay, that's part of the process. Get started, get going. That's the only thing that's going to make it real. That's the only way you're going to actually have a good blog post eventually, right? A year from now, are you going to have a better blog post if you're doing things, if you're planning, strategizing, you know, coming up with names, researching business entities, getting some business cards, writing logos, and then, you know, 11 months into it, you write your first blog post? Are you going to have a good blog post in a year? Or will you have a better blog post 1 year from now if today, in the next 45 minutes, you started writing and you wrote your first blog post and it was live? And then you kept writing every single week or every single day, whatever it is, for a whole year. Who's going to have the better blog post at the end of this year? At the end of 12 months? It's going to be the person that wrote every day or every week for, you know, that period of time. So start now. Let's just see what ChatGPT says is next. For no particular reason at all. I think All right. Create a new blog post. Okay, so we actually already did all this. Share your post. Perfect. Done. Okay, once it's live, you can also engage with your readers by responding to comments and feedbacks. Okay, awesome. So we started. Now you want to keep going. You know, you can ask ChatGPT. All right. First, all right, my blog is now live. What should be my next step? And just keep going. Come back to this chat and just keep figuring out. Promote your blog, okay? See, here it is. Here, well, I asked it, what should be my next step? And it gave me 8 steps. I hate that. I don't want that. Just give me 1 step at a time, please. Just give me 1 step at a time, please. What is the next most important thing for me to do? You know, that's too much for me. Now I'm overwhelmed. Now it's too much. Now I'm thinking too much and I'm not going to get it done, right? Because it's too much in front of me. Okay. Engage with your audience. That's the next step. I can do that. I can engage with my audience, respond to comments. Okay, you're not going to have any comments. Promote interaction, share on social media. I would probably take that one. I'm going to share this on social media. That's the next step. That's it, right? Once I'm done with that, ask for feedback. Okay, cool. Be authentic and personal. That's not really a step, but, and then you just keep going, and then you just keep going, and you learn, and you grow, and you progress, and you make it better. So take that first step, which is the hardest step. I'm sure I'll come up with a cool tagline to say at the end of each one of these videos. Doesn't matter that I don't have it now. It'll come as I go, right? But for now, I'm just going to say, take the hardest step. Take the next step, because it's actually the easiest step. You're just scared. It's just the scariest step. But once you do it, just did it in 45 minutes, you realize you were scared for absolutely no reason at all. Because even if you did the perfect blog, guess what? Nobody's going to freaking see it. Nobody's going to see it, okay? So, yeah, my blog is kind of trash, but nobody's going to see it, and it's going to get better, okay? Well, it's not, because I'm not going to blog. This isn't, you know, but my videos are going to get better. That's what I'm doing. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, all the 0 of you that watched, but this was great learning experience for me. Peace out.